So this is a particular issue, which is to encourage people to join the organ donor register. I understand you don't have a national organ donor register here, but some hospitals do this. So the idea is that people who are basically consent to, if they die, that their organs can be used. So what now happens, we added a new channel, first of all. So when you go and get your car tax, at the end of it, it will actually now say to you, by the way, why don't you join the organ donor register? That's what we're going to ask people to do. But we don't know what's the best way of doing it. So I'm going to show you quickly 8 screens, and the question is, what do you think will be most effective? So here we go. So the first one just says, thank you. Please join the NHS, National Health Service, organ donor register. Join, right? That's our control group, we'll say. Now, millions of people do this every year, by the way, who go to this site. So even if 1% join, it's a lot of people. Then, we saw this earlier, we're going to use social norms. It says, every day, thousands of people who see this page decide to register. They're social norms. The other two do exactly the same, but they've just got a different picture. So the first one you can see is a group of smiley, happy people queuing up to give their organs. Please have my healthy kidney, or whatever. I'm happy to join the register. And there's the emblem of the register, right? So there's the first 4, right? Remember those? And here's some other ones. So this one is saying, 3 people die every day because there are not enough organ donors, right, in the UK, which is putting it in negative terms. Or you can put it in positive terms. You could save or transform up to 9 lives as an organ donor. This one uses, if you like, reciprocity. If you needed an organ transplant, would you have one? If so, please help others. And then finally, this is about people's attitudes versus what they're actually doing. If you support organ donation, please turn your support into action. Since we know the vast majority of people do support it, they just don't get on and do it. Right. So the question is, which of these would be most effective? The answer is really hard. Sorry, very good. Good for you, sir. You're going to have a... Number 7. Very, very good. And 6? Shall I remind you of the other ones so you haven't forgotten about them? Those ones? Yep. 3. Very good. 8. 3. 3. Another 3. Very good. 3. Lots of 3s there. Anyone who hasn't called on one we had so far? 7. Another 7. Okay. 26. Okay. I have heard the top answer. So, yep. 4. Thank you. Right. Well, thank you for joining in. Good for you. One of the main points about it is it's not obvious. Even if you're a leading expert on behavioral science, it will not be obvious what will be the most effective. There's good reasons for thinking each of these messages would be effective. Anyway, I will show you the answer, of course. So here we go. This is our control group. About nearly 2.5%, 2.3% of people just being asked then join the register. Now, that might not seem a lot, but that's hundreds of thousands of people every year. Hundreds of thousands. So just adding the channel brings more people in. Take action, that was the last one. Number 8, you can see, it was more effective. Thousands of people, there's a social norms one. You can see a bit better. Adding the heart symbol, about the same. Save 3 lives. Sorry, save 9 lives, actually. 3 die without, so expressing it in negative terms, we often see this as more powerful. Reciprocity, that was the answer at the front, first of all. That was number 7. Okay, and then how many said 3? There were lots of you put your answer 3. Yep, very good on you. It turns out you were totally wrong. So, not at all obvious, because there's lots of examples where adding a picture makes people much more likely to behave. So, for example, if you want people to pay more for their credit card, add an attractive smiling face of a woman, and they'll pay much more for their credit card, particularly if they're men.